My dear child, come closer and listen to the depths of my heart, for in the quiet of your soul, where shadows lurk and doubts whisper, I am present. I see the turmoil within you, the moments when the weight of your failures feels unbearable, when the harsh judgments not only of the world, but also of your own heart, press down heavily, threatening to drown you. My grace, like a vast ocean stretching beyond what eyes can behold, covers you more completely than you have ever dared to believe. It is not a thin veil or a fragile blanket, but a strong fortress woven from the threads of my unwavering love and mercy. In your struggle, when you feel lost in the wilderness of despair, know that my grace is the shelter that no storm can breach. Child, I understand the ache within you, the deep, gnawing fear of not being enough, the quiet shame that makes you want to hide, to shrink back from life and from my presence. Yet I say to you now, my grace is not earned by your goodness. It is not a reward for perfection. It is the gift I breathe into the breath of the brokenhearted. When you think you have gone too far, when regrets whisper that you are beyond rescue, my grace steps forward. It does not question. It does not hesitate. It simply wraps you in its arms. Imagine sunlight streaming through a cracked window, illuminating the dust in the air. That light is my grace breaking through the cracks of your brokenness, transforming what was once shadowed into a display of my glory. You may have believed that your mistakes label you unworthy, but my grace cancels the ledger and writes a new story for you. Even now, as you wrestle with your inner conflict, there is a voice within you that echoes a faint hope, the desire to be known and accepted fully. That voice is my spirit stirring gently in your heart, calling you beyond doubt and into the assurance that your past does not define your destiny. You carry marks of pain, but they are not chains. They are the very place where my grace plants seeds of renewal. Do not let the enemy convince you that my grace is limited or only for others who seem more deserving. This grace is as expansive as the morning sky, as certain as the rising sun, and it is poured out generously upon you. You are my beloved, clothed in the richness of my mercy, even when your soul feels naked before me. When you find yourself trembling before the weight of guilt, or when the clamor of the world's judgment deafens your spirit, remember that my grace is the song beneath the noise, a melody of forgiveness that will not cease. It is my hand steadying yours as you falter, my faithful presence never abandoning you in the midst of the battle. The battles within are fierce, but I am fiercer still. I have fought for you since before your first breath, and I continue to fight within your heart today. My grace is not complacent. It moves with power to heal, to restore, to reclaim every lost part of you. It is not passive acceptance, but a fierce, tender love that refuses to give up on you. May this truth settle in you now. My grace covers you utterly, completely, beyond the reaches of your understanding or the lies that have clouded your vision. Close your eyes and imagine walking in a field under a sky painted in deep indigo, stars twinkling like promises renewed. Each star is a testament to my faithfulness, each whispering the invitation that you are safe with me. Let this grace be the cloak you wear today, a shield against despair, a covering that transforms pain into peace. I am with you, and my grace is the river that refreshes your soul even in the driest deserts of life. Do not be afraid to come before me just as you are, in all your messiness and all your complexities. My grace is not a distant concept. It is a living, breathing reality that meets you in your weakness and turns it into strength. If your heart is stirring beneath the weight of your burdens, do not turn away. Lean into me, For grace is the invitation to be more than your mistakes, to rise anew with courage born not from your will, but from my steadfast love. Rest in this promise. No matter where you have been or what you carry, my grace covers you, always has, always will. My dear child, I see the weight you carry deep within your soul. The burden may feel invisible to those around you, yet it presses heavily upon your heart, like a shadow that refuses to dim even in the brightest daylight. I perceive the silent battles that rage inside you, those moments when your spirit trembles and your mind floods with questions of worth, purpose, and love. Know this: I am here, ever present, not as a distant observer, but as the tender hand that gently lifts you when you stumble, the steady voice that calls you back when you stray. The wounds you harbor are real, scars carved by words spoken, opportunities missed, and dreams deferred. It is natural to feel broken and uncertain, but listen closely. In your brokenness, you are not abandoned. My patience flows endlessly toward you as a river that never dries. I am not hurried or frustrated by your struggles. Instead, I meet you in the quietest places of your pain, where no one else dares to tread. Here, in this sacred space between your cries and your silences, I am molding a masterpiece from your life, even when you cannot see it yet. Child, it is not your burden to carry alone. When the pressure of shame threatens to crush your spirit, reach out your trembling hands. When the fear of failure makes your heart race and your breath catch, find refuge in my steadfast love. I do not condemn or chastise. My heart aches for your healing as much as your own does. The journey to restoration may be slow, and the path may twist and wind through valleys of doubt, yet I am with you every step. No period of silence or waiting is meaningless. I am shaping your character, refining your faith, and deepening your understanding of my everlasting covenant with you. In those moments when your soul feels thirstier than the desert's sand and your hope flickers like a fragile flame against the wind, remember that I am the wellspring from which your spirit drinks everlasting life. Do not turn away from the source even when shadows cloud your vision. Despair is but a visitor, and your spirit is meant to rise beyond it into the joyous light of my restoration. Healings start with acknowledgement. Acknowledge the pain, the fear, the uncertainty, and then hand it over to me. I will carry it for you. Let me do so. Every tear you shed, every confession whispered in the secret chambers of your heart, I hear them all, precious to me, valued beyond measure. There is great power in surrender, for it opens the door for me to pour my peace into the crevices that fear and sorrow have hollowed out. You are not forgotten, beloved, for I have engraved you upon the palm of my hand, and the beat of my heart echoes your name in the stillness of dawn and the quiet hush of night. Pause now and come near. Close the door on your anxieties for a moment and listen to my voice moving through the winds of grace and providence. Let my presence wash over your spirit like gentle rain, nourishing the soil of your soul. Will you believe me as I say that no moment of your suffering escapes my notice? No sorrow is too small or too deep to receive my tender care. Let this assurance rest in your heart and provide a steady anchor amid the turbulent seas. Your process of healing will require patience not only from me, but from yourself, for I am teaching you to extend the same grace toward your frailty as I eternally extend toward your soul. When bitterness whispers lies of abandonment or unworthiness, resist it with the truth that you are held, even now, in the arms of your Creator, who loves you with a passion higher than the mountains and deeper than the oceans. Rest in this truth, child, for it is the balm your soul needs. I am weaving a story of redemption through your pain, turning your mourning into dancing, your wounds into wisdom. Trust that my timing is perfect, and my ways are crafted for your ultimate good. Though you may not see the full tapestry yet, I have not forgotten you. Do not fear the waiting. Do not despise the silence. For these seasons are life-giving currents moving you closer to the bloom of your spiritual awakening. As you confront the shadows within, do not shy away from the light I offer. Step boldly into my presence, knowing I meet you with open arms and an unshakable promise of restoration. Remember, my beloved, that healing is not just restoration of what was lost, but a rebirth into a higher glory and renewed joy. Let this truth settle in you and take root deep within, that your heart might rise in hope and not yield to despair. Lean into this moment now and find solace in the knowledge that your deepest pains are known and held sacred. When your spirit feels weary and your thoughts grow heavy, call upon me, not as a last resort, but as your first refuge. I am your shelter in the storm, your refuge in the chaos, your peace beyond understanding. Will you allow my presence to ease your burden just for now? Offer me your tired soul and find rest in the hands that crafted the stars and breathed life into your very being. The night may seem long and the path uncertain, but I'm working behind the scenes of your heart and life. I'm the gentle voice that encourages you not to give up, the steady light that continues to shine when all else has faded. Your story is not finished. It is only beginning. Continue forward with courage, knowing you are not alone in your struggle, for I have pledged to never leave you nor forsake you. Embrace this moment of peace, and as you do, remember, I am shaping you, strengthening you, loving you as fiercely as ever. Let this knowledge be your shield and your strength in the days to come. Draw close, rest your weary heart, and trust that my purposes for you are good, even when they feel distant. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Step into the refuge I provide and allow my love to soak through every wound, every ache, every restless night. You are seen, you are known, you are deeply loved, now and forever. My beloved, I see the deep valleys where your spirit wanders, sometimes shrouded by the shadows of doubt and uncertainty. The weight of unanswered questions presses upon your chest, leaving you breathless and unsure. In these moments, I'm closer than ever, though the silence may feel vast, like a desert stretching endlessly beneath a relentless sun. Your heart cries out for understanding, for a sign, for assurance. Yet I'm with you within the stillness, teaching the precious art of trust beyond sight. Imagine a vessel, crafted by skilled hands, delicate yet resilient, placed in the gentle hands of a master potter. The potter spins the wheel, shaping and refining the clay with infinite patience. Sometimes the touch is firm. At other times, gentle caresses guide the form. So it is with you, my child. I am the potter of your soul, molding your character and faith in the quiet spaces where your spirit feels most exposed and raw. Though you might not see exactly where the shaping leads, every spin of the wheel strengthens you for your purpose. When doubt creeps in, consider the seed, buried beneath the cold, dark soil. It does not question the unseen light above, nor the slow warmth that will awaken it. Instead, it rests in patient surrender, drawing strength inward, preparing to burst forth into life at the appointed time. So too, your faith, nurtured in waiting, grows deep and hidden roots that will not falter when storms arise. I am watering the soil of your heart even now, though you may not feel it at once. Do not let the silence harden into despair or bitterness. Patience is not simply the absence of action, but a sacred space where love quietly nurtures growth. I am crafting a path in your wilderness, a trail only your heart can recognize. The unseen whispers of your soul are the compass needle pointing steadily toward hope and renewal. Trust that this stillness is a gift, a womb holding the birth of something beautiful and new within you. Fear of delay often tempts you to rush, to grasp for control, fearing that the pause will last forever. Yet, the timing of my work within you is perfect, like the blooming of lilies in their appointed season. When the petals unfold, they reveal a beauty that could never have been forced or hurried. So I ask you now, will you hold your hands open, empty and expectant, receiving the fullness of my timing without resistance? Your heart may ache with questions about why the burdens continue, or why the clarity you seek remains just beyond reach. I see every tear, every moment of quiet longing. Know this, I am not distant or displeased. My timing is an act of profound love, designed to equip you with strength and faith that endure beyond the moment. Like a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered, your time in waiting is an investment in your eternal joy. Let this truth settle deep within you. I am the God who waits patiently beside you, who disciplines with tenderness, who never leaves your side even when the world grows cold and your spirit grows weary. My presence in your waiting is a balm to the restless, a steady anchor in the storm. Embrace this moment of patient surrender, for it is sacred. In it, you will discover depths of trust you never knew existed, and the sweet assurance that no season of silence can separate you from my love. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away now. Lean into my quiet, and let me show you the majesty of my perfect timing. My dear, I see how the shadows of fear and anxiety have stretched long over your days, like an unrelenting storm cloud, dimming the light in your heart. I know well the weight that presses upon your spirit, the whispering doubts that question your path, your worth, even my faithfulness. But hear me now, fear was never meant to reside within you. Fear is the thief that tries to rob you of peace, the fog that blinds you from the glory of my promises. Yet, I stand beside you, steady and unwavering, the sure foundation beneath your trembling feet. Within your anxious heart, the battles rage unseen, the silent storms of worry that threaten to consume every hope. I understand these tumultuous tides because I crafted your soul and breathed life into your very being. I know the ache of the unknown stretching out before you, the pause between what was and what will be that feels like a chasm too wide to cross. Still, my beloved, this is precisely where I invite you to lean into my unwavering presence. I'm not merely a distant observer of your struggle. I'm the shelter in your storm, the calm whisper amid the chaos. When anxiety tries to scream louder than my truth, remember, I am the breath that fills your lungs. I am the gentle hand upon your brow, the shadow that cools your weary head. The fear that churns inside you is a symptom of seeing with human eyes, but I call you to look with eyes of faith. Do you remember how the dawn breaks after the darkest night? So too will your heart find peace, steadily, surely, beautifully. Though the night feels endless, it cannot overcome the morning I have promised. I desire for you a quiet heart that does not rush ahead or dwell in what might never come, but rests securely in the certainty of my love and care. This faithful security is not a mere concept, it is a deep-rooted reality, like the mighty oak buried beneath the earth that withstands every storm, because its roots reach into an unshakable source of life. When fear whispers that you are alone or forgotten, I am the voice that calls your name, the ever-present one who never leaves your side. I keep you safe in the hollow of my hand. Reflection, my dear child, is a powerful gift I give you. Will you take a moment to acknowledge the fears that cage you? Lay them bare before me without shame, knowing I welcome your vulnerability with open arms. In this sacred honesty, you will find a new strength rising from within, a strength born not of the absence of fear, but of the presence of my peace. I do not expect you to cast away your fears by your own might. Rather, I ask you to surrender them to me, inviting me into those places that feel too dark to face alone. Let this truth settle in you. I have not given you a spirit of timidity or despair, but of power, love, and a sound mind. These are gifts that cannot be earned or lost, but are freely poured out on those who call on me in their distress. When anxiety knocks, open the door with confidence that I stand on the other side, ready to enfold you in tranquility and hope. The storms will rage outside, but inside you will find a sanctuary no tempest can breach. Your struggle with doubt belongs to the tapestry of your journey, not the sum of your story. Do you see how even doubt can become a pathway toward deeper faith when you allow me to illuminate the path? When you cast your burdens upon me, I exchange your trembling for courage, your confusion for clarity. Trust grows not in ease, but in the steadfast presence of one who never fails. My dear, will you rest in this divine exchange today? I invite you to breathe deeply with me now, to let my spirit breathe calm into your restless heart. Feel my love penetrate the anxious places, unraveling the tight knots of worry and replacing them with a quiet assurance. This is not the end of your struggle, but a sacred invitation to walk through your fears hand in hand with me. Fear may lurk in the shadows, but I am the consuming light casting it out. So, my child, will you come to me with every trembling thought and apprehension? Will you allow my peace, beyond all understanding, to guard your heart and mind? The journey ahead, though veiled in uncertainty, is under my sovereign care. I will guide each step, hold each tear, and carry you when the path becomes too steep. Let anxiety give way to trust, and fear be dissolved by love. In this moment, I ask you to declare your willingness to trust me anew. Speak it softly, speak it boldly. I trust you, Lord, even when I cannot see. Let this be the anthem within your heart that rises above every fearful whisper. Know that I am with you now and forever, the steadfast rock in whom your soul finds its perfect peace. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away, for I am here, inviting you deeper into my rest. My child, in the quiet corners of your heart, where doubts whisper like shadows at dusk, I am there, unwavering, steady, and patient. The tremors of fear that pulse beneath your skin, the anxious thoughts that tangle your mind into knots, do not escape my notice. I see how uncertainty creeps in like a fog enveloping the path you walk, casting doubts upon the very ground where I have placed your feet. Yet, my beloved, these moments you consider fragile are fertile soil for the seeds of faith that I am planting inside you. It is in the tension between fear and trust that your spirit will strengthen, just as a tree grows firm by bracing against the storm's wind. I understand that fear feels like a cage, its cold bars made of what-ifs and maybes, imprisoning the soul and whispering lies of your inadequacy or your lack of power. But I have not given you a spirit of fear, child. I've breathed into you a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline. These are the tools by which you can break through the walls of doubt that try to contain you. When your heart races with anxiety, hear my voice above the tumult, the voice of peace that bids you rest in my presence. This peace is not the absence of difficulty, but a steadfast calm that anchors you when the waves of uncertainty crash against your soul. Reflect on the times you have faced valleys shadowed by fear, and yet, with trembling hands, you reached out to me. Remember how I met you there, how my light pierced the darkness around your thoughts. Even in silence, I am working, shaping you, refining you like precious gold in the furnace. The waiting periods you find agonizing are not my neglect, but my preparation. I am orchestrating circumstances beyond what you can see, aligning the stars of your destiny so that when the moment comes, you will step forward with boldness, not hesitation. Fear, anxiety, and doubt are natural companions on your journey, but they will not define your story unless you let them. I invite you now to take a deep breath and surrender those tremors to me. Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you deeply. Feel the weight lift as you lean into my embrace, letting my love cascade over your worries like a gentle waterfall, cleansing and restoring. Will you trust me enough in this very moment to release your burdens and accept my peace? I know that sometimes the fears seem rooted in realities, pressures of the world, insecurities etched by past wounds, challenges that feel insurmountable. Yet, my dear, those very fears are the battlefield of faith. Where you see obstacles, I see opportunities for courage to rise. When doubt plants a seed of discouragement, I water it with hope and nurture it with the assurance of my presence. You were not created to live shackled to fear, but to soar freely in the freedom I've given you. Let your heart not be hardened by the relentless drum of anxiety, but softened by the gentle rhythm of my love. I am not distant nor indifferent to your struggles. Rather, I am the good shepherd who leaves the 99 to seek the one who is lost to fear or overwhelmed by doubt. Allow me to lead you beside still waters, to restore your soul, to guide you in paths of righteousness. Your fears do not surprise me. I hold your trembling heart in the palm of my hand. Look to the horizon where hope breaks through the night. Each breath you take is a testimony to the resilience I have woven into your being. I am with you in the dark places where even your strongest light flickers. My presence is the unbroken thread that connects you to courage. When anxiety threatens to steal your joy, remind yourself this is not the final word in your story. The narrative I write for you is one of victory, of peace surpassing understanding, of joy that cannot be quenched. Let this truth settle in you. Fear is a shadow that disappears when you turn and face the light. I am that light, shining relentlessly upon your path, illuminating even the steps you cannot yet see. Trust me to guide your feet, even when the road ahead is unclear. I am crafting a tapestry of grace that will enfold you, a destiny far greater than your fears could imagine. Will you believe me this time? Will you take the hand I extend and walk out of the prison of anxiety into the open fields of my peace? I am ready to carry you through the storms. Lean into me and find rest. Your faith in me keeps the door of your heart unlocked for me. I am near now and always. Let your spirit rise like the dawn over a weary night. Shake off the chains of uncertainty. The power to overcome fear lives within you, because I have placed it there. You are my beloved warrior, called to walk bravely in the light of my love. Trust in the process of transformation. The wait, the struggle, the trembling moments, they are all part of my holy design to reveal the depth of my faithfulness. My child, as you dwell in my presence today, allow me to quiet the storms within. Take a moment now to breathe in my peace and breathe out your worries. Watch how your soul responds to my steadying love. The journey ahead is not yours alone to bear. I am with you, unwavering and eternal. Reflect on this and let your heart be still in my embrace. My dear, I see the anxious flutter within your heart, the silent tremors that shake your spirit under the weight of uncertainty. Fear is a cunning whisper that creeps into your soul at the darkest hours, casting shadows on the path you walk. I know it well, for I am with you even when the night seems endless and the silence deafening. The anxious thoughts that race like restless winds, the doubt that tightens like chains around your confidence. These are not the end of your story, but moments in the wilderness that test your trust in me. Look, beyond your fears, child. Picture a mighty oak standing firm amidst a raging storm. Its roots are deep, anchored in soil that is unseen to the eye but unwavering in strength. So must your faith be anchored in me, for I am that unseen depth. When the storms of doubt howl and your heart feels like it might be torn asunder, remember that I am the shelter you have sought and the refuge you have not yet fully claimed. I am the constant flame burning quietly inside your spirit, ready to overshadow the darkness if only you reach out and trust me to light your way. Fear often paints false images of what will be, magnifying shadows into giants that seem to devour your peace. But my child, these giants hold no power except what you give to them. I call you to a different vision, a vision painted with the colors of my promises and the landscape of my care. It is not a vision of perfect days without challenge, but one where you walk, hand in hand with me, through every valley and over every hill, with a heart unshaken by the temporary trials. See, fear despises trust. It tries to whisper that you are all alone, abandoned in the wilderness of your struggle, yet I am closer than your very breath, nearer than your next heartbeat. I am not only beside you, I am within you, breathing courage and peace into the chambers of your soul. When fear tries to blind you with worries, close your eyes and turn your attention to the still, soft voice of my spirit within you, a gentle whisper that says, "You're not alone." Remember that no shadow or night can ever extinguish the light I have placed in your heart. Do not recoil from your anxious moments as if they were enemies. Instead, bring them to me openly, like a child holding out their trembling hand. I welcome your honesty, your fear, your doubt, not to condemn but to heal, to transform, to lift you higher than the waves that threaten to overwhelm you. When you offer me your fears, I exchange them for my peace, a peace that transcends understanding, that guards your heart and mind as tenderly as a mother entwines her child in arms of safety. Fear is a thief, eager to steal joy and hope from your days, but I am the giver of joy, the restorer of hope. Let my word be a balm that soothes the restless storms inside you. I will teach you how to quiet your heart, to still the tumult, and anchor your spirit in my unwavering love. Like a shepherd who gently calls his sheep to safety, I invite you now to rest in me. Close your eyes and surrender your anxious thoughts, allowing my peace to fill every corner of your being until the fear fades like a passing cloud. Consider the flickering flame that burns within a dark cave. Though the night is vast and the walls cold, that single light offers hope, guidance, and warmth. So it is with your faith alive in me. Even if your heart feels small and your courage weak, I am the eternal fire that will not be quenched. Will you allow me to fan this flame within you, to grow it strong enough to illuminate every shadow that lurks within? My beloved, the journey through fear is not meant to defeat you, but to deepen your reliance on me, to teach you the beauty of surrender and trust. I am patient with your faltering steps and tender with your trembling heart. There's no hurry, no race, only my presence to steady you, my love to embrace you, and my grace to carry you when your own strength fails. Let your heart be still and listen closely. You are more than your fears. You are my beloved, cherished beyond measure, held tightly in the palm of my hand where no fear can reach. If your heart stirs with the weight of anxious fears, do not turn away. Bring them to me. Speak them aloud. Pour them out in prayer, and watch as I transform them. Remember that courage does not mean absence of fear, but the choice to step forward despite it, looking not at the storm, but at the one who calms it. Trust in me, and step boldly into the quiet power of surrender, where your fear loses its grip and my peace claims its place. Turn your eyes to me now. Let this truth settle deep inside you. Fear is fleeting, but I am eternal. Your anxious heart is known, your trembling soul loved, and your uncertain journey seen. Walk on, my beloved. With every step I'm with you, bearing you up on eagle's wings, carrying you through every trial, until you soar above the storms that once threatened to swallow you whole. Will you trust me this time to be your peace, your shield, your constant companion? My beloved, I am intimately acquainted with the shadows that stretch long across your heart, the creeping tendrils of fear that whisper incessantly, the paralyzing grasp of anxiety that steals your breath, and the unsettling murmurs of doubt that cloud your vision. These are not mere figments of your own imagination, but battles within the unseen realms that I have witnessed since before your first breath. Hear me now. I have not abandoned you in these moments of trembling. I am not distant or indifferent to the tempest within you. Rather, I stand with you, the eternal anchor in the midst of your storm, unshaken and unwavering. Fear is a cunning adversary, cloaked in uncertainty and disguising threats that exist only in shadows. Anxiety, my dear child, is the relentless drumbeat that makes your heart race, convincing you that the future is a wilderness without refuge. And doubt, oh doubt, is the thief that steals from your soul the assurance of my promises and the light of my presence. Yet, beloved, all these are but veils drawn across your eyes, not to confine you, but to reveal the depth of your dependency on me, which is a sacred place where true strength is born. Listen carefully. When you feel swallowed by fear, remember that I am your fortress, a refuge built from steadfast love and unbreakable faithfulness. Though the ground beneath you may quake, my hand steadies you. Though the night surrounds you with deep darkness, my light within you burns with a radiant flame. Anxiety may swell like a great wave threatening to drown you, but I am your Pacific Ocean, vast and gentle, ready to carry you beyond the horizon of your worries. Doubt tries to erode the foundation of your hope, yet my truth is the rock that remains firm, unyielding against every storm. Beloved, I do not chastise you for these feelings that you wrestle with. In my eyes, your vulnerability is not weakness, but a sacred invitation to lean into my grace. Just as a child returns to the comforting embrace of a parent after a nightmare, I invite you to come to me with your fears, your restless thoughts, and your hesitations. Share them openly and without pretense, for I delight in your honesty and meet you in your frailty. I'm not repelled by your doubts, rather I welcome them as openings through which my light can shine more brilliantly. The journey through fear and anxiety is not one I expect you to walk alone or unaided. I have given you sacred tools and allies: prayer, which is an open line to my heart; faith, which is the hand that holds mine; and community, fellow travelers who carry you when your legs grow weak. When you feel the creeping shadows, call upon me in the quiet places of your soul. Let your heart release its burdens into my capable hands. Do not despise the small steps forward, for even a flicker of trust in the face of overwhelming fear sparks a blaze of my presence. Take a moment now. Breathe deeply with me. Feel my spirit surround you like a perfect shield, a balm to your weary spirit. Remember that fear cannot coexist with my perfect love. That love is the fierce, tender flame that consumes the doubts and dries the tears of your soul. Every anxious breath can become a prayer, every shiver a testimony of hope, clinging quietly to my promises. Will you believe me this time? Will you allow my peace to breathe into your restless heart, to cradle you when the night grows cold and the shadows loom? Do not mistake silence as absence. Sometimes the stillness you endure is my whisper, teaching your soul to trust beyond what eyes can see or what feelings can fathom. Trust is not the absence of fear, but the courageous act of stepping forward despite it, hand in hand with me. I am your sovereign Lord, and no fear has dominion over you unless you give it permission. You are a masterpiece wrought by my own hands, designed for courage, for hope, for victory. Every quivering heart I make steadfast. Every trembling soul I raise high. In this moment, as you wrestle with anxious shadows, know that the light within you is my gift, and it burns brighter than any darkness. Let this truth sink into the depths of your being. You're not alone, you're not forgotten, and you're infinitely loved beyond measure or doubt. I see every tear you have cried, every sleepless night endured in silence, and I am moved with compassion. You're precious to me beyond comprehension, and your journey through fear and doubt is part of the sacred story that shapes you into the image of my perfect peace. Come to me as you are, torn, trembling, yet tenacious. Open your heart and receive the calm that only I can give, a calm that transcends understanding and fills every empty space within. I am your refuge, your strength, your ever-present help in times of trouble. Rest now in my embrace, and when you rise, carry with you the banner of my love, a love that conquers all fear, that hushes every anxious word, and that casts out every shadow of doubt. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Let me lead you from the valley of fear into the mountain of hope. Together, we will walk through every shadow, for even the deepest night is no match for the dawn of my love within you. Trust me to be your steadfast companion, your unwavering anchor, the light that never fades. Lay down your burdens here in my presence and stand firm in the promises of my enduring peace. You are safe in my arms, and I will never let you go. My beloved, there are moments in your journey when the weight of fear, anxiety, and doubt threatens to engulf the light I have placed within you. I see the trembling in your heart, the restless nights when shadows stretch longer than hope, and the silent questions that echo without answers. These emotions are not foreign to me. They are familiar valleys in which my children often find themselves. Yet, in these very valleys, I'm not distant or indifferent. I'm the steady hand reaching through the darkness to guide you forward. Fear is a thief that seeks to steal your joy, yet it is also a messenger that reveals where your trust is still fragile. Anxiety clutches tightly, as though your future depends solely on your own efforts. But my child, I hold the tapestry of your days in my hands, weaving beauty and purpose even when you cannot see. Doubt can cloud your vision, casting shadows over the promises I have whispered to you in moments of quiet intimacy. Yet every doubt, every question, is an invitation to draw nearer, to lean not on your own understanding, but to rest upon the certainty of my unwavering love. I understand that the unknown can feel like a vast, storm-tossed sea, where the waves crash violently and the horizon is hidden by thick clouds. But you are not alone in this tempest. I am your refuge and your anchor, the rock beneath your feet when the ground feels unstable. Remember the lilies of the field, how they neither toil nor spin, yet I clothe them with splendor beyond compare. If I tend to the grass, how much more do I care for the heart created in my image? Nothing in your life is beyond my sovereign care. When anxiety threatens to consume your every thought, pause and breathe in my presence. You are deeply seen, deeply known. Even when it feels like your fears isolate you in a silent chamber, let my peace, which surpasses all understanding, settle into the crevices of your soul. It is not a peace that the world can give or take away. It is a sacred gift reserved for those who surrender their burdens to me. Lay down the heavy stones of worry and know that I am working all things together for your good, even when the path is obscured. Doubt is not a failure, but a threshold, a sacred space where faith can grow stronger and more resilient. I do not expect you to have all the answers. My mysteries are vast and beyond human grasp. yet I invite you to trust the character of the one who calls you beloved. When your faith falters, know that I meet you in the silence, gently reminding you of my faithfulness across the ages. The same voice that calmed the storm speaks tenderly to your anxious heart, calling you to peace and courage. Fear often speaks loudest when you face transitions, unknown futures, or the breaking down of old structures. These seasons are like the night before dawn, seemingly endless but pregnant with new life. Hold fast, my dear child, for I am the morning star rising to dispel the darkness. Within your trembling, there is a sacred strength being forged, a strength born not from your own might, but from my spirit dwelling in you. Do not be ashamed of your vulnerability. It is a fertile soil where trust finds root and blossoms into unwavering confidence. When anxiety paints a bleak picture of your tomorrow, I see beyond the present moment into the fullness of my plans. My purpose is not to overwhelm you, but to invite you into relational surrender. Trust is not a single leap, but a series of tender steps taken hand in hand with me. I do not demand perfection in your faith, but a willingness to step forward even when the way is unclear. I am the shepherd who leads you beside still waters, even when the path is rugged and the night is long. Remember, my beloved, that every trial you face is an opportunity for you to discover the depth of my compassion. When fear speaks lies of your insufficiency, hear instead my truth, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, chosen, and treasured beyond measure. When doubt questions your place in my kingdom, know that you are irreplaceable, knitted into the fabric of my divine purpose. Anxiety does not have the final word. My peace and my promises do. Today I ask you to lift your eyes beyond the immediate worries that constrain your heart. See me, not as a distant judge, but as a loving Father who delights to carry your burdens. Allow my spirit to soothe the storm of your thoughts and anchor you in divine security. When you feel overwhelmed, let this be your prayer. Restore in me the confidence that comes only from you. Let this truth settle in you that no fear is greater than my power, no anxiety more persistent than my presence, no doubt more profound than my unchanging love. Will you believe me this time when I say that you are safe in my care and that I am your ever-present help in times of trouble? Your fears are not chains, but invitations to deeper freedom. Your doubts are not barriers, but doors to richer intimacy with me. Your anxieties are not your identity, but the spaces where my grace transforms weakness into strength. Come to me with your trembling heart. I am here, ready to replace fear with faith, anxiety with peace, and doubt with unwavering certainty. Do not turn away if your heart is stirring under this message. Let these words be the balm to your anxious soul, the lamp to your weary path, and the gentle whisper reassuring you that you are never alone. My beloved, the night may be long, but I am the dawn that breaks the darkness. Trust me, and allow my love to flood every corner of your being, dispelling fear and anchoring your spirit in eternal peace. My beloved, in the quiet moments when the world around you seems to blur with confusion and uncertainty, when your heart feels the heavy weight of being unseen and forgotten, remember that you are never truly alone or abandoned. I have not turned away from you. My gaze rests upon you with unwavering love and tender compassion. I see the tears you wipe from your own cheeks, the silent cries of your soul in the hidden places no human eye has witnessed. Know this: your pain has not escaped my notice, and your loneliness has not gone unheard. In fact, it is often in those very spaces where you feel most forsaken that I am closest to you, brushing my presence over your wounds, whispering hope into the shadowed chambers of your spirit. The feeling of being lost, of wandering through a wilderness without compass or guide, is a season I understand intimately. Even before you called to me, I was already stretching out my hand to lead you back into peace and purpose. Beloved, there's a sacred potency in vulnerability. When you admit your lostness to me, you open the door wider for grace to flood in and heal what is broken. It is not weakness to acknowledge your need. It is the doorway to strength, found only in surrender. The journey through the wilderness is not meant to isolate you, but to prepare you for a deeper intimacy with me, a connection forged not by certainty, but by faith in my steadfast presence. The human heart often wrestles with the desire to be seen and to belong, yet too frequently feels suspended in the liminal space between invisibility and desperate longing. My dear child, I created you with a unique imprint of my own love. You carry the divine signature that no other bears. When you question whether you matter, remember that the stars do not compare themselves to one another. They simply shine in their appointed place, illuminating the night with their singular light. So too you are meant to shine in your own time, in your own manner, in a divine choreography that only I can reveal. Trust my loving orchestration, even when the current seems to drag you into darkness. Each moment you feel unseen, consider it an invitation to come closer, not to withdraw further. I'm not waiting for a perfect offering, but for a heart willing to be transparent, broken, and raw before me. You see, my love is not transactional. It does not depend on your achievements, your acceptance by others, or the approval you long for. It is unconditional, unshakable, and ever-present. In your solitude, I am the faithful companion who never leaves, who listens without judgment, and whose heart continually beats with a rhythm of grace and mercy for you. Beloved, I am the God who speaks in silence, whose voice you may not always hear amid the noise, but whose stillness is profound with presence. When your soul is silent, when the world offers no answers, listen for me in the whispers of your spirit. I am the gentle wind stirring the leaves of your thoughts, the flicker of light that emerges just when despair tries to cloud your vision. There is a holy conversation waiting for you in those tender moments of isolation. Give me your fear, your frustration, your aching desire to be known. I will fill you with a peace that surpasses understanding, and you will find that being unseen by the world is no longer a burden, but a sacred space of transformation. There are days when doubt creeps in like a shadow, and you wonder if your story matters. Let me tell you, your story is the thread in the great tapestry of my creation. Every moment of your struggle, every tear you shed, every whispered prayer is woven with divine significance. Do not despise the hidden places where your light flickers faintly. In the secret depths of your soul, I am weaving glory and beauty in ways even you cannot yet comprehend. Hold to this truth. The darkest night is the birthplace of the brightest dawn. When you feel abandoned, you are not left to drift aimlessly. I am steering your course toward destiny with sure and steady hands. Remember, my dear, you belong completely. Not because of what you have done or what you can give, but simply because I created you out of a boundless love that will never cease. You are engraved on the palms of my hands, cherished beyond measure, chosen before time began. When you feel unseen by others, know I am the one who will never overlook you. My eye is always upon you, seeing every detail of your life, delighting in you just as you are. This is your divine inheritance to be known, loved, and treasured eternally. Do not allow the world's silence to convince you otherwise. As you face the quiet loneliness or the turmoil of feeling lost and abandoned, do not shut down your heart in defense. Instead, come to me with openness and trust. Let the gentle magnetism of my love draw you toward healing and restoration. Declare with me, I am seen, I am held, I am loved. Repeat this when the night threatens to overwhelm you. Let it be your fortress and your song. There is a peace that will settle deep inside you, a peace that no circumstance can steal. It begins with believing that I am ever near, that my love surrounds you like a shield, and that your value is unbreakable. Will you rest in this truth today? Will you allow my presence to fill the emptiness and replace the ache of being unseen with the radiant light of my unwavering attention? The path ahead may not always be clear, and the journey inside your heart may be complex, but you are never alone. Walk with me in courage, knowing that wherever you find yourself, lost, forgotten, or unseen, I am there. I am the shepherd who seeks the one lost sheep, the father who runs to embrace the prodigal child, the lover who adores you beyond reason. Let this truth settle in you, beloved. You matter infinitely, even when the world looks away, even when your own eyes struggle to see your worth. My gaze has not faltered. My heart is steadfast. Let your soul lean into the assurance that you belong to me, fully, irrevocably, and forever. My dear, come closer to me in this moment, for I am here with a heart wide open, holding you in the fullness of my love. You have journeyed through the wilderness of your soul, through shadows that sought to claim your hope, through wounds that whispered deceit, and through silence that tempted you to believe you were alone. But hear me now. You are never, not for a second, apart from me. Your identity is not bound by your past failures, your doubts, or the voices that try to diminish your worth. You are mine, crafted with intention, breathed into life with purpose, and fashioned with an eternal destiny that no trial or tear can ever erase. This truth is the rock upon which you stand, a foundation deeper than any storm or struggle. In the stillness of your confusion, I am the voice that calms the tempest. When your heart falters beneath the weight of fear, I am the unshakable peace that steadies your steps. You are beloved beyond measure, a masterpiece painted with grace and wrapped in mercy. You are chosen, called, and deeply known by my Spirit. Know this, beloved, no shadow can overwhelm the light I have placed within you. You bear my image and carry the flame of my love into every corner of your life. Do not mistake moments of waiting or silence for absence. I am weaving a tapestry of hope and renewal, even when you cannot see the pattern. Every pause is an invitation to rest in my presence, to draw a breath from my endless well of strength. Let your soul lay down its burdens to me, for I delight in carrying what is too heavy for you. I am your refuge and your redeemer, mending the broken places, breathing courage into your weary bones. My timing is perfect, and my faithfulness is your shield. Trust in the unbreakable bond between us. It is a covenant of love that no force can sever. Your purpose is stitched into your very being, waiting to be revealed in the unfolding of each new day. I delight in calling you forth to live courageously, to love fiercely, and to shine brightly amid the challenges. You are a light bearer, a healer, a bearer of hope for a world longing for restoration. Embrace the calling that whispers deep within you, and trust that every step you take is honored and blessed by my hand. I have gone before you, preparing ways where none seemed possible. Let this conviction settle within you like a rock, unmoved by doubt or fear. Beloved, you are not just a seeker, you are a child of the Most High God. The intimate embrace I offer is constant and sure. I welcome you to lean into my presence daily, to find whispers of joy in the mundane and strength in the quiet moments. You are not forgotten. You are seen, cherished, and held with a tenderness beyond human understanding. My Spirit dwells within you, a gentle guide through every labyrinth of your heart. Allow yourself to receive this love without reservation. It is more than enough. As you arise in the morning and as you lay your head to rest, remember who you are in me. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes are covered by grace's vast ocean. Your fears are met with courage, born from my eternal promises. Your loneliness dissolves in the warmth of my abiding presence. Walk boldly, beloved, knowing that your life is a divine story in progress, written by the hand of the Almighty with endless care. Let your heart carry this truth as a flame that never fades. You belong to me, completely and forever. In this belonging, find freedom that lifts you above every trial. In this belonging, find a love strong enough to heal every wound. In this belonging, find the courage to rise and live as who you were made to be. Turn toward me now with a heart ready to receive. Experience the fullness of my embrace, the depth of my love, and the unyielding faithfulness that surrounds you. My dear child, know that I am with you always, even to the end of the age. This is the promise I seal upon your soul. Hold fast to it, and let it transform the way you see yourself and the world around you. Amen. If this message has stirred your heart, if it has wrapped you in a quiet hope or sparked a new courage, do not hesitate to keep it close. Save these words as a reminder of who you are in me. Share them quietly with others who might need a touch of this love and restoration. I am moving through you and among those you cherish. Let my love flow freely through your life and into theirs.